We move right to the public comment section, where the public may speak on any agenda item they like. Just step forward, give your name and address. Gladys.
Gladys Erbe, Pitney Drive. Well, once again, how about the minutes from other meetings? Not available. I don't go on the computer since I left work, period.
We have none available this evening.
Pardon?
We do not have any minutes available for approval tonight.
When are they going to be available?
We're making an effort to
Well, then
pick up the
stop
back.
shortchanging the office so you get help. I was in the other day, someone came in and wanted to see someone about taxes. Oh, well, he's not here, he only comes one day a week. I mean, what are we getting to be? One person runs the office, that's what they said, claimed about Teresa. Let's see. I heard from, and not from my end of town, from the other end of town, that there's a couple of council people would like to cut down the number of council meetings we have. People don't want to come out because you people come out, I'm sorry, I can't help my voice, so I'm not angry, that's just how it comes out. And you come out and everything is cut and dry. You go through things, you hire people, we don't even hear names. Everything is a number, and I think it should be explained to all of us. How about, what are they doing, replacing Artie? Are we looking for a person that is fully licensed, not somebody else in the office that is taking another responsibility? I mean, this is getting to be a one-person town, excludes everybody else. Shouldn't we vote or know what's going on? You're the lawyer, shouldn't we know what's going on and who people are that they want to put into different capacities? You can't answer me?
If you have an answer.
Obviously, the business of the town is conducted through the governing body and their votes. And
Yeah, but don't we have a say?
you do come November in.
The one that's already done, are these people who maybe appointed this week or next week as taking Artie's position? He's not going to be running for election.
Correct. Now, public employees are not voted on by the members of the public.
That's right. So, I mean, everybody's just put in place and the town has to accept it. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. And furthermore, what happens, the write-ups in the paper about our town are very, very small. I mean, other towns, Manasquan, they take this and that, and what council.
That's kind of good, though. I mean,
That's
the last time I was on council, there was some very big stories in the
Yeah,
paper, and they weren't all good. I kind of like little write-ups.
And I thought you always ask about how much is it going to cost, that you did the last time, so that's good. But I mean, last time we were out in 20 minutes, everything was bang, 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 and it was just, let's see, a resolution such and such. What's this? I'll go ahead to R 2014-120, approving a request. Who wants to use the Lawyer Park? I mean, there must be some group wants to use it. How's that all going?
Jay, when that comes up, you'll agree to who's going to use it, right?
Absolutely. Or, that's part of the, if I may, Mayor, that's part of the public questions during this portion of the meeting to question any items on the agenda. Specifically, to answer your question regarding the use of Allaire Road Park, there's a request from the Manasquan Youth Football and Cheer to use the field. The fire department memberships are listed with the names of the proposed.
But, excuse me, Jay, what does Manasquan, who was it, wants to use the park? And for what?
Specifically,
I mean, you understand where I'm coming
Sure.
from.
Absolutely.
I'm speaking on behalf of phone calls I get and people. I had another phone call just recently. They didn't fully understand what's going to happen on 71. Does everyone have to sell their homes that have homes there now? I said, don't call me, go to council meetings. I tried to explain, and they said, well, I don't think you're right. Well, then It's up to the council and to be very explicit with what's going on. They should come out, but people are tired of
So
coming.
what's going on in 71?
I understand that, but they still don't
I'm
understand.
not happy with it, but it's done.
Well,
Well, you make a great point.
Pardon?
You make a great point that it is nicer when more people come out.
yes.
And then they can understand what's going on. I agree with
They
you.
all figure, it's cut and dry. They look at you when you come out and you sit up here and this is what, that's what, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we understand.
Yeah, I think we take into account what the, I mean, the way I see it anyway, I mean, our job up here, I mean, some of the things you want to be cut and dry, that we are taking care of business. I mean, that's why, in essence, you hired us with your votes, is to do some of these day-to-day activities that just need to be done, but if you have questions on any of them, I mean, that's why, like the mayor said, that's why we have this section of the meeting,
Yeah,
is to ask us, and we will do our best to explain it. I mean,
I'm sorry.
and if we're not doing a good job, let us know.
I'm
I mean,
sorry, but when you get through to the, especially to the end there, the public comment, I just as leave go home. Last week, the other week, I could have stayed home and watched television for what I got out of your meeting.
Well, I mean, when I started, they didn't have 2 public comments. When I started here 6 years ago, they didn't have 2 public comments. We started the 2 public comments to make certain that people could talk on any subject at the end of the meeting. So we really have more.
Excuse me, though, Patty. I was here when Frank Adams was around, and that you could ask questions, because somebody tried to create a problem on my property, and Frank automatically, he said, excuse me, before you go any further, he said, what you're talking about has been there for 60 years. You're not gonna do anything about it? He said, but you clean up your property where the borough is asking you. People could get up and voice their opinion. I'm sorry for my voice, but that's it.
So I mean,
You
you'd
I
let,
do like because you question money all the time.
thank you, but I mean, so are you suggesting that you want to be able to raise questions why we're bringing up specific ordinances? Is that what you're asking for?
People want to know, Tom. And I'm tired of getting phone calls from your end of town. I mean, some of my neighbors come out, and they sit there, and then as we go home, they ask me to explain it to them. I'm not an expert, hopefully I get things right, but I get very annoyed, and I think it should be more open.
Yeah, well, I think we have certain guidelines so that we move the meeting along and make sure that if 20 people try to ask the question at once, when a resolution gets brought up, that we can say, look, there's a section for that. But if one person, I mean, if there's a group of 7 of us here, and one person says, could you answer me this about the resolution? I don't think we're ever gonna say, well, this isn't the time for it. I don't think that's the response you're gonna get. I think that we can do that, but we have a structure so that, you know, when there are crowds here, and there are 20 people that want to ask a question out of turn, that we can structure it. But I mean, if you have a question on any resolution that we're talking about, I mean, I've seen the mayor answer questions before when people ask them outside of the section that they were supposed to be in. So, I mean.
Well, you have your views and I have the public's views.
Okay.
I'm sorry, thank you.
I have to say that I just want to make a comment on the fact that I feel that we are in a much better position than we were when I started 6 years ago. We do have an open public meeting statement area which you can ask any question you want on anything that's on the agenda, just to make it relevant as to what we have on the agenda. And then at the end of the meeting, you can talk about whatever, you can talk for 5 minutes about anything you want.
I get up and I talk, as you know, but there are so many people that figure, well, that's it. If they wanted us to know, they'd tell them, instead of getting up and asking questions.
That's the case with several people. I mean, when I was down there,
Oh, you
and
was funny.
when I was down there, and people would come to me and say they wanted me to say something that they didn't want to get up in front of somebody. I mean, that's going to happen forever.
I know, Patty, and that's true. But some of the things you asked questions on were good, but then, and you were against But then now when everybody's sitting out there, it's a different story.
Well, I agree with that.
Thank
There's
you.
several people that, yes, were against certain things when they were down there
And
and
it's
voted
so nice
for
to
it
see
when they got
that.
up here.
Nice to see you too.
I agree.
Let's call politics.